Welcome to the Business Behind the Scene podcast with Francesca Moi, where we talk all about real business problems, real solutions, and getting actual results in your business. Hey everybody, this is an episode that is a bonus episode for you. We have created this episode because we have interviewed one of our clients and she is killing it following our strategy. She went literally from $400 a month to $3,100 in 4 weeks. So from $3,000 a month now, in literally 4 weeks working with us. So we wanted to get you guys on board and show you how it's possible. So it's an interview that I've done in one of my groups and I think it will be really valuable for you. So here it is. You're going to have to listen to amazing Emma, how she turned the business around. And this is just the beginning. You watch where she's going. This is going to be amazing. Enjoy. All right. Good to see you, everybody. Welcome. I am opening up my computer so that I can have a look at what's happening in the group. Everybody, welcome everybody. My gorgeous Emma. Emma is one of my M.A.F.I.A and Emma. Welcome.
Hi, thank you.
Guys, welcome to beautiful Emma. I've got that open now so that I can actually follow us. Here we go. A lot of you guys were asking a lot of questions in our Facebook group about, hey, where should I get started? I'm a coach. I want to go one-to-many straight away. Let's go. Let's get us there. And I'm like, yeah, let me show you what we actually should be doing when we are a coach and what is the first step and what Emma has done since we've been part of the M.A.F.I.A and we've been working together. So I'm opening up the PowerPoint in here as well. But Emma, first and foremost, introduce yourself to everybody, my gorgeous, and tell them, what do you do?
Thank you, Francesca. It's great to be here. So my name is Emma and I have an online leadership coaching business. So I help women in management to become confident and influential leaders.
Awesome. And when you first started, where were you at?
So when I first started, this business is actually a COVID redesign business. So prior to COVID, I was doing one-on-one. So I was working inside businesses with teams, doing a range of different face-to-face and one-on-one coaching stuff. So then I decided to take it all online and create an online membership site from there. So I had started a Facebook group and I had decided to test the idea to see if there was anybody interested in it. So basically so I had a Facebook group and I had just started the membership. I just launched that.
That's awesome. Now, one of my team just came in and said that they can see you on the Facebook group. So Tina, I think you need to pin post Emma from your end, my darling. If not, they only can see me. So Tina needs to do that from her hand. So just have a chat with Tina. That would be awesome. All right. So Emma, this is what we want to hear for you today to show everybody else, right? Because everybody's got an opinion. So we're going to share my screen in a second. So hopefully everybody can see my share screen. If not, just you guys let me know because I don't see that across. All good now. Okay. Can they see my screen as well? Okay. I still can't see Emma on the page though, but that's all right. Okay. So what was your funnel looking like when you first joined? You said you had a membership.
Yes.
Right. So you had a membership that you were selling, and then how would you get people into your membership?
I was doing some Facebook advertising. So I was building up an email list basically. So I was just sending emails, and I had created a Facebook group.
Awesome. And so these people will come from the Facebook group?
Yep.
And so, you know how when you first joined the M.A.F.I.A, you were like, oh my goodness. And this was only a couple of months ago, right?
Yeah. Still brand new.
Still brand new. So good to have you here because a lot of people are seeing a lot of our case studies of M.A.F.I.Ans being with us for like a year or more and are making $20,000-$30,000 a month. And some people are saying, okay, well, how do I start? Where do I start? So it's really good for us to bring people that are new in the M.A.F.I.A so that they can see the stepping stone, right? We don't join the M.A.F.I.A and boom, you get $1 million business straight away. It's just a stepping stone. So if you were to say from there, what happens is you join the M.A.F.I.A, how do we change your funnel?
So straight away, I stopped my Facebook advertising at the top and started to really build up my own profile. So that was probably the biggest stumbling block for me. I had a whole mental shift to get through there, but it was really good because what happened was when I started putting it out on my own personal profile was I had people who, you know, had been following me or part of my Facebook friends for so long, who were like, oh, that's what you're doing. That's great. You really need to go and connect with this person, this person, and this person. And so, you know, it was really great to build up all of that, I suppose, connections from there. So that, so then I started building my own profile. And then I added in a one-on-one chat with people. I wasn't doing that before.
Yes, that goes in here. So one chat. And this is, tell me what would be the difference, right? When you were trying to do before, you were trying to send people straight from not knowing you to buy.
Yep, right? That's exactly what I was doing.
And that is the biggest mistake on a lot of coaches, right? We try to send people from the top of the funnel straight into the bottom of the funnel rather than getting people through a stepping stone, right? So now when you get that, you get to actually understand their chat. They understand what they're doing, and they're understanding who they are. They're understanding the pain points. Is that totally different, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. It's been really good. Yep.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then from there, we now send them in for the moment into packages.
Yeah, so when I started doing straight from the one-to-one chat into the membership, but then since joining again, so what I've done in probably the last couple of months is also introduce another package as well. So prior to the membership, and that came from all of the one-on-one chats that I was doing around what people actually needed. So now I have a step just before the membership as well.
So the membership is after there's one-on-one packages and then membership now.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. And now this one-on-one package, we don't want to do it forever. We just want to get about 10 clients. What's your goal?
Yeah, so it was to get the 10 that we had set up with.
And how many did you get?
I got 8 coming in, yes.
Right. So we went literally from a $400 a month, right, on this side to where are we now?
It was over 3,000.
3,100 last time we spoke, right? So that's really cool. So 3,100 from $400 a month. So this is where a lot of people that are in business, they are coaches, they are thinking that the funnel is, there's nothing wrong with my funnel. They go like, my funnel is good. My problem is I can't convert people. I was like, well, that's the problem. The reason why we can't convert people is because we need to change things around in the funnel and do it slightly different. Now, the goal, Emma, for you is not to stay here, right? We don't want to stay into one-on-one packages. We want to turn things around. We want to get people that work with you in a group, and then maybe the high clients, they can also do one-on-ones eventually, right?
Yep.
How exciting is that?
Yes, it is very exciting. So I've just started the group program. So I'm just about to launch the next group program. So moving from the one-on-one into the groups. So yeah, so that's really excited as well.
Nice. So the other thing that we always suggest is to get from the people from the one-on-one. Now, those people just really work with you. They already love you. They probably want to go into the next level. They want to go to one-to-many, right?
Yep.
That is exciting. Yep. I love it. That is really good. Now, if everybody's watching this and you have any questions, even if you're watching this as a replay, save replay in the chat and get to really understand what's going on in here as well. So I would love you guys to make sure in the chat today you all let us know if you have any questions. So the biggest thing that happened in the M.A.F.I.A, and I'm going to stop this screen share for now so that we can see you. So the first thing that I've got here in the PowerPoint that we were chatting about was a mindset shift, right? From what we're doing. Because you're a very smart person. You already got your business. You've been in the industry for a long time. So what was the mindset shift that you needed to be done for you?
It was really to get out of my own way, to stop playing small, and to realize that when I started actually talking to people, I realized I had an impact on them, and they were just thanking me all the time for what I was saying. And I was like, oh, okay, it's just me. It's what I do. So realizing that, for starters, that, yes, there is value in there. And yes, by moving away from playing that really small game, I can actually go and impact on more people.
Yes,
ultimately what I want to do. So getting at and I think the mindset shift of The Facebook thing was a big one for me. You know, what is it that my family and friends are going to think of me, you know, when I start putting myself out more so on Facebook? And that was probably the biggest one out of there. But it was great. I got nothing but positive feedback, so it was good.
I love it. That's really good. And it's crazy how it's only in our brain, right? We're thinking, oh my gosh, I need to start to use personal profile. I don't know what to do. I don't get how to do it. Like there is so much fear around, are people going to judge me? Like I remember when I did that, one of my friends from Spain messaged me saying, Francesca, it looks like you started a cult in Australia. Like, what are you doing? I was like, no, I just started a cult. I just started a business and I'm excited about it. So sometimes people will judge and that's okay. That's their own path. But most people, like you said, are actually supportive and that will create a shift, right? Then people start to see what you do. And the other thing that you said was very valuable and powerful is you're the expert, right? And when we know our own thing, we go like, I've got nothing to give. Like what I know is pretty much like common sense, but it's not, right? It's common sense to you because you've been studying, you're around people that know this stuff. But when you go into the general public, people don't know what you know.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah.
There is Susan here asking what you do. I know you explained that already, but just want to briefly tell Susan what you do.
Susan, so I do leadership and management training for women. So they're managers either in corporate or in business. Basically we help them get started, go from really overwhelmed, frustrated, stressed to a confident and influential leader. So there's a journey that we take them on. That's why it's called Her Leadership Journey.
Love it. That's really cool.
Yep.
Now, the other thing is the rush to go one-to-many. Let's talk about that because a lot of people are in this group because they go, workshops secret for coaches. I want to run workshops, right? And it goes straight to try to go one-to-many straight away. So what was your idea? Why did you want to go one-to-many straight away?
Because I'm incredibly impatient and I want everything yesterday. No other reason.
And if you're a coach and you're watching this and you like agree with that, just go, yep, impatient. Just say impatient in the chat if this is you, because it's so hilarious, right? We are coaches. We're successful people. We want something done yesterday. This is how we are. And this is what we do. That's really interesting. And so what was the shift there? How did we change that for you since you joined the Mafia?
I realized that people, even though I wanted to do that and I saw the value and I saw what I was doing was really great, other people didn't. And no amount of actually, you know, writing an amazing sales page or a landing page or an ad was going to actually change the fact that they wanted to connect with me first. And so I had known that everybody who I'd spoken with in a one-on-one upgraded or converted or came into the membership. So for me, it was about okay, I need to actually talk with people. And you know, in doing that, I get to create that connection with them as well.
Yeah. And then in doing that, then you get to understand, oh my gosh, that's the pain point. And then you can write a post on that. You can write a program on that. You can do so much more, right? It's so powerful, isn't it?
Yeah. But it's more than just getting that market research, which has been so good. It's also about creating those connections with these women because, you know, we really are a community. That's what I wanted to create. You know, I don't let just anybody into our Facebook group. It is really about a supportive community. And that's what I'm trying to create in the long term as well. So I kind of forgot about that, I think, in the race to just going one-to-many and really trying to understand what is it that I'm here for, and bringing it back down and just remembering that, you know what, I do have impact on people. We just need to chat. We just need to connect.
It's so powerful. When we start the business, we start because we want to help. And then all of a sudden the money becomes a priority or the rush to get there become a priority. And then we forget about the connection, about caring, about helping, about the real us, right? Because we're coaches. And I know that here there's 10,000 people in this group. They're all coaches. I know that you're resonating with this, right? You want to help, you want to help people from the heart, but then all of a sudden the pressure of making it in business and getting there quicker, or whatever, it becomes priority rather than helping people. So that is incredible awareness. That's really good. So it says in here that you will now be able to nail one-on-one before go one-to-many, you know, have more confidence, testimonials, and you actually get to understand your clients and have that connection, right?
Yep.
That's really
Absolutely.
good. So the things that we have shared with you in the M.A.F.I.A Academy that you love the most, so you go, I couldn't do it. Because you know that there's people watching here today that are coaches that are thinking, oh, this group is really good. I'm getting a lot of value for free. I'm just going to keep that. What is the difference for you since being in the M.A.F.I.A? What is the thing that you would say to someone, no, I couldn't have done it by myself, or you would have taken me longer?
I think it is the amount of, as you know, I've been watching all of the videos going
You're the
through.
best student. You're the dream client, right?
I think there is so much in there. Anything that I have a question about, I can ask and know that you've got a whole team behind you who are able to answer that and help out as well. So I think in previous things I've been a part of, I've felt like just a number. But not here. You know, there's always someone who can answer a question. So that's really great. No matter how silly I think it might be, I think that's probably been one of the biggest things in there for me.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you know what? This is really important because when I teach people to start a workshop as well, like people want to rush into one-to-many. And I said, just hold on, because one-to-one, you can actually help your clients and you can talk to them. When you go one-to-many, that is the problem. A lot of people feel like a number if you don't set it up properly, if you don't have the extra support behind, if you don't have enough staff members in your team that they can help and support. So, I prefer that you go a little bit slower and you can create a really strong connection with your clients. And maybe the first group of 10 or 20, you still give them one-on-one with you until, you have trained someone else that can take that. And for me, it's been a journey of being able to do that so that my clients feel someone is holding them, right? And it's been not that easy because at the beginning it was me, and then those clients that they felt that went from me to my team, they were disappointed, they were upset, and that's part of the journey. But then the one that coming in that are used to my team, every time I give a little bit of extra love, then they feel wowed. Right. And that is what you can do when you go one-to-many. It's so powerful. And my goal is to make the M.A.F.I.A Academy the best #1 course in the whole of Australia, eventually in the world, because there's not many of that, right? A lot of people, like you said, make you feel like a number, which is really cool. So so people are watching this and are going, oh, you had time to watch all the videos. I'm time poor. I don't have time. What would you say to that?
I would say that I was up on Saturday, 5 a.m. with my cup of tea, with my laptop in bed, watching videos. Is what I would say. If you don't have time, I don't buy into the I don't have time. We all have 24 hours. It's what you choose to spend it on. So I choose to invest my time in watching these videos, learning, and then implementing what I am learning versus watching Netflix or doing any of that other stuff or sleeping in. So so again, I was up early this morning in here watching videos as well. They were set out in my calendar. So you have also taught me that, FM, around basically scheduling everything and discipline. So they're scheduled into my calendar now. So that's my block of time that I watch these videos. That's how you do it.
And this is what I wanted to let everybody know as well. The thing in the M.A.F.I.A is that we have a 3-day workshop where people come in and they can learn most of the stuff in there. And Emma is like, I'm not waiting for that. I'm a VIP. I get access to everything. Why do I have to wait? I'll watch it once, which is even better, Emma, because you're watching it, you're implementing it, and then you come to the 3-day or, to book them to scale or to any of this workshop, and you already have an idea of what we're covering. So you won't be overwhelmed. You won't be stressed. You'll be like, yep, I've already done all of it once, and I can do it again. And this is what it's going to be even more success. I can guarantee you're going to be my #1 success story because you can really tell, right? You've been in the M.A.F.I.A 4 weeks and you already went from 400 to 3,000. Imagine what's going to happen in a couple of months. Like I just can't wait to see the journey. And you're really helping people along the way, which is what I love for. So what stopped you from doing getting this result before? What do you think was the missing link that why didn't you go before from 400 to 3,000 like that? What happened? What is the biggest thing?
It was trying to go from from nothing to one to many straight up. There is a journey, there is a path, there's a reason why you do what you do, and you go through those steps. And I think I didn't mention it before, but one of the other biggest things that came out of actually having those one-on-one packages and going one-to-one first was the confidence in what I was teaching. So straight up, you know, it has given me, not only has it given me case studies, testimonials, the connections with these women, but it's also given me the confidence to know that, you know what, this is good stuff. This is actually making an impact on them, which then allows me that mindset shift to step up and play a bigger game, which I didn't have before. I think I was always just really hiding. And this is what I think. But yeah, so I guess this has really just given me that push to get out and do it. And I was just frustrated. I was at that point where I'm like, oh, I've tried so many different things. None of it is working. And then I thought this whole process doesn't feel overly comfortable for me to do that. So do you know what? I'm just going to do it because I can see it works for others. So I got nothing to lose and I'm going all in. Yeah.
I love it. I love that attitude. I'm going all in, I'm doing it. And the thing is, it's about taking that step, that trusting in yourself. So did you started to lose trust in yourself that you were going to actually have a successful business eventually?
Yep.
You're starting to get that. So if someone is watching this and they're starting to feel that way, they're like going, oh my gosh, I've been in business for a while now. I really am stuck in this like money ceiling. I can't make more than that. What would you suggest to them? What would be the suggestion that you have?
I think it comes down to the mindset first, but you've got to get out of your own way. So really try and find the I guess, I don't know, the thing that's going to work for you. Like I said, I had tried so many different programs. I've invested a lot into the business trying to actually get it to go to where I wanted it to go. And it wasn't until now that I realized that I was the only thing holding it back. Yeah. And so you've shown me that. So I don't know. I hope that's helpful.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is, like, a lot of people, they think like, oh my goodness, like I've tried all these things. It just doesn't work. And then they come in. So there was one person that came into M.A.F.I.A and was like, no, I don't want to go back to one-to-many. I want to go one-on-one straight away. This is frustrating. I don't want to go backwards. And I was like, you know what? Sometimes you need to take one step back to be able to do 20 forward. And you are the example of that, right? So you were already one-to-many, but you were capped at $400, $500 a month. And then you took one step back and now look, boom, we're already at 3,000. And there's no doubt that this is why I say to people, you want to learn how to really know how to convert people from one-on-one in your group, in your Facebook, anywhere from social media, so that when touch wood something happened and you can't get people in the room, or you can't get people into a webinar, or whatever happens, the market changes or whatever, you can always go back to one-on-one. You will always have this, because now you have the confidence that if you've done this at the beginning, I can do this later, right? And so that is going to be priceless, because guess what? When COVID happened, a lot of my clients had to go straight away back to one-to-one before they work out how to go from offline to online. Right. And then the other thing that's going to happen, and I think we spoke about it already, is the transition from one-on-one to one-to-many. So now we're getting you to do one-on-one. Then once you do one-on-one, you're going to start. And this is, maybe I'll share my screen and I'll share with you something that is interesting here. So as we go to one-to-many, so you're going to have, for example, is your program 4 weeks, one-on-one?
Yes, it has been. Yep.
4 weeks. So let's say that you signed up. So your program is 4 weeks. Let's say that the first week 1, you converted 2 people, right? Now, those 2 people are going to go ahead and let's gonna say like this. We're going to go 2A, right? 2 clients that they sign up on the first week. Now, those clients are going to go ahead for 4 weeks, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is like me trying to come up with some sort of structure here to show people, right? To explain. Then on week 2, you signed up 1 person. Now that person on week 5 will be the only client left, because these people will be finished, right? Which means that by then you need to start to think about, okay, some clients are about to finish. I need to start to get more clients to get my right cash flow, right? Because if you stop selling everything, then eventually you're going to have no money. So what I suggest to people is that for the first 10 weeks, so every week to add 1 client, 1 or 2 clients every week. To even if you got to your number 10, I'll say just keep going, because when you're transitioning one-to-many, you're going to have another one of this slow growth, right? The first week, you're going to get a couple of people, but if you stop what you know works, you're going to have no momentum, right? So we need to get this ball rolling for at least 10 weeks to be able to have those clients some people will pay in payment plan, right? Some people will pay in full. So you have those 10 weeks of clients that will sign up. And now this is probably not right, but you got some weeks you have 3 people. Here you convert another person. Here you convert 2 people, right? So you would start to have, okay, this is how it looks like. These people are now paying for this many weeks. So you have a little bit of momentum going. So when you move one-to-many, you will have to start from scratch. I don't know if this makes sense. Probably a table would have been better for me to show an Excel page or something. But right, so the clients you will sign up for 4 weeks. They're not going to stay for the whole 4 weeks. Well, they're going to stay for 4 weeks, but then they're going to drop off, right? So you got to find that way to maintain the momentum, to have that cash flow coming in. So when you move to one-to-many, you're not going to start from scratch again.
Yep. That's a great way.
Yeah, we don't want to go back to $400 a month. We want to go forward, right? So then we need to pump up the 101, which means you're going to be a little bit busier for a couple of weeks, but then we're going to transition to one-to-many so that we don't have the hit of, oh shit, we went from 4,000 a month to back to 100. What happened, right? And you know how I know this? I made that mistake. I was like, enough of 101. So I stopped completely the 101s. And then I found myself that I went from making $5,000 a month to making 200 in 1 month. So I was like, oh, what did I do to my business? I was desperate. And then when you're desperate, you can't convert because people can feel that. So that's the other thing that you're going to be working on before you transition. And a lot of people don't know about that. This is why this group is so powerful, because we do a lot of training in here, but then obviously M.A.F.I.A takes things to the next level. The other thing that you do a lot in the M.A.F.I.A, Emma, is that you come to all the calls live as well. And
yes, absolutely.
So how did you find time? What happened with your family? You got family?
Yep. I have a husband, have 2 kids. Kids are going cheap at the moment. They are, they're 16 and 18. So they are fairly self-sufficient. But at the end of the day, I work just normal work hours, and then I do family stuff. And then there are times where, yes, I will work extra hours. We'll come onto calls, or I'll do masterclass, or I'll do one-on-one calls outside of that, but I really try not to do any of that kind of stuff outside those hours. So look, at the end of the day, it really is about, they're all scheduled in. So some I can make, some I can't make, but I make sure that I go and watch those replays as well. And I think the videos, as well as the podcast that you've got. So there are ones that I follow up just on the podcast, and that's if I'm out and about taking the dog for a walk. I'll listen to that as well. So
I love that.
Yeah. So you've made it a range of different ways. So I don't need to sit in front of the computer to learn. So I do take it from a range of different ways to get the information.
And that, you know how that came about, and this is a really good teaching for everybody. When some of my clients were not listening back to a lot of the coaching or the strategies, and I was like, how can I get people to actually listen to the calls back? And what you were saying, people didn't have time to sit at a computer and stay still, right? They need to do stuff, they need to do things, they can't stay hours listening. And so I was thinking, oh, I need to put all this into a private podcast. So that's how we created a private podcast, which actually costs the business money because it's another podcast, another platform, and we need to pay for it, but it's priceless for the result of our clients, right? And so now a lot of people can have another way for them, like you said, to listen to the coaching rather than have stay still and listen. And so they can go and pick up the kids or walk the dogs or whatever they need to do, go shopping, whatever they need to do, and they can listen to the coaching. And that's what gets it. So for me, I signed up to a course that's $35,000 and in the US, and I'm learning these new strategies, and I'm struggling with that. I'm like, oh, I don't have time to stay still. I need to listen as I go, right? And they don't have that facility. And I'm like, this is why the M.A.F.I.A Academy is the #1 best. I love it. Emma, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it so much. I'm sure they will inspire so many other coaches to take action. And what Emma was saying is find someone that you resonate with, right? So Emma's done a lot of courses. It doesn't have to be the M.A.F.I.A Academy if we don't resonate with you, but find that coach and go and learn from them. A lot of people expect to be a coach without having invest in themselves, right? If you don't invest, how you expect your clients to invest in you? So very important that you find that coach that will be the person. So if you feel you watch this and you feel like that you want to be the next Emma in the M.A.F.I.A Academy, just say game changer call in the chat right now, and my team can get you into a call with one of our strategists, and they can see how if and how we can help you. Emma started with us as a gold member from this group. She came into the group, she booked a game call, she did as a gold. Then you later on like, this is really good. Why did you upgrade it to VIP, Emma?
Because I was feeling frustrated that I wanted more, that I needed more, that I did say, I'm like, I think I'm going backwards here because I've already got some of this stuff. And it wasn't until, I did the VIP and I'm like, this is where I needed to be. This is everything that I need from where I am right now in my journey. That's
100%. Yeah, I love it. I love it. So if you are like Emma, just say game changer call in the chat and we will get you in touch with one of our experts and we'll be able to get you in the M.A.F.I.A Academy. Emma, thank you so much for your time. Thank you. Thank you. There's lots of people that I want to connect with you. How do they connect with you? What's the name of your group?
It's Her Leadership Journey. So you can just go and find that on Facebook. There's a page there and the group is attached to that as well. So
love it. Put the link in here later on, Emma, so that people can join it as well. Thank you so much for your time. Everybody give it up for Emma. Thank you, Emma. See you later.
Bye.
Hey, if you enjoy listening to this podcast, then you have to come to check out our Facebook group, Workshop Secrets for Coaches. It's a community of over 9,500 coaches that are ready to boom their business by running workshops. They are stuck in one-on-one coaching and they're ready to start to go one-to-many. So if you are one of those coaches, then you have to join us. I look forward to see you there. And hey, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and leave me a review to win a ticket to one of my workshops. I look forward to see you there.